All right, good day and welcome to your news broadcast with myself, Namhla Ndlovu, right here from Johannesburg, South Africa. These are your latest headlines. Pretoria attorney to appear in court for SAPS tender fraud, and then Gordon adamant to never set up a rogue unit with Sars. Mabuza apologizes to Sebokeng residents for delayed action on sewage problems. 2 more Boko Haram members arrested and appeared in court. Lack of skills is hampering land reform. This is what Toko Didiza says. Blaine Zimande calls for end to national shutdown by students. Steinhoff ensures agrees to pay 1.38 billion to settle certain claims. And the last of your headlines, Joburg has poorest record in upgrading informal settlements. Let's go straight into your news headlines. My name is Namhla Ndlovu. Pretoria attorney to appear in court over SAPS tender fraud. A 32-year-old attorney is expected to appear at the Pretoria Magistrates Court on charges of money laundering and theft related to multiple investigations. According to police spokesperson Brigadier Venishu Naidu, the attorney handed himself over to the police. He was being investigated for alleged involvement in a wide-ranging investigation into fraud and corruption related to, among other things, the marking and ordering of SAPS vehicles, procurement of handcuffs and big irons, outsourcing of vehicles from the SAPS garages, procurement of stationery and renovation of buildings. Our next story, Public Enterprise Minister Pravin Gordhan has again claimed that he set up a rogue unit within the South African Revenue Service, which is Sars. Gordhan was cross-examined by Tom Moyane's lawyer, Advocate Dali Mpofu, as the State Capture Commission. Mpofu said some of the members of the unit confessed to Moyane, but Gordhan denies instructing anyone to work there. Customs and tax units around the world have units. I said go to the websites of the World Customs Organizations. You will see customs bodies who have units, Gordhan said. There was nothing wrong with tax authority investigating non-compliance. And then our next story, Mabuza apologizes to Sebokeng residents for delayed action on sewage problems. Deputy President David Mabuza has apologized to residents of Sebokeng for government's delayed reaction to the ongoing raw sewage problem in the Mfuleni municipality. Mabuza was joined by Human Settlements Minister Lindiwe Sisulu and some Gauteng MECs on a site visit to the contaminated area to access the progress at the Sebokeng wastewater treatment facility. The South African Human Rights Commission has on several occasions criticized government for its ineffective response to the sewage spill problem in the Vaal. Moving on to our next story, 2 more Boko Haram members arrested and appeared in court. Gauteng police have arrested 2 more people believed to be part of the notorious Boko Haram vigilante group which operates in Mamelodi, east of Pretoria. This brings the number of arrests to 4. After Ndlovu Ndlovu, age 37, and Sibongile Mbele, age 37, were nabbed in Mamelodi 2 weeks ago. Gauteng police spokesperson Brigadier Matapelo Peter said the 2 other suspects, aged 37 and 47, appeared in the Pretoria Magistrates Court after they were arrested. Police were able to build a solid preliminary case on which the pair made their first appearance in court. This is what Peters continued to say. And then lack of skills is hampering land reform. This from Toko Didiza. Public servants do not have the appropriate skills to adequately deal with land administration issues, which hampers government's land reform program. This is according to Land Reform Minister Toko Didiza, who had told Parliament that some of the challenges facing her department were land administration and land governance systems, issues of accountability, slow disciplinary processes, and consequence management. It's clear what we have in large measure are individuals who may not have the requisite skills to undertake this task. Moving on to our next story, Blade Nzimande calls for end to national shutdown by students. Higher Education Minister Blade Nzimande has appealed to students to end their national shutdown over registration at universities. He was addressing Parliament's Higher Education and Training Portfolio Committee. The shutdown must be called off as soon as possible because we are worried the academic year is already short, he said. Nzimande was glad some universities had managed to resolve the registration issue, which led to students engaging in protests. The sooner we start with the academic year, the better, he said. Nzimande glad that some university had managed to resolve the registration issue, which led to students engaging in protests. The sooner we start with the academic year, the better, he said. Steenhoff's Insurers agrees to pay 1.38 billion to settle certain claims. Steenhoff said it had reached an agreement with certain insurance companies underwriting the group's directors and officers, that's the DOA, insurance policy to contribute up to 1.38 billion to help settle claims against the announcements. Steenhoff's Johannesburg listed shares up to 4.19%, while its primary Frankfurt listed shares jumped by 7.85%. The move takes the scandal-hit retailer a step closer to a proposed 14.8 billion global lawsuit settlement plan announced by July to settle about 90 separate legal claims in the Netherlands, Germany, and South Africa. And then Johannesburg has poorest record in upgrading informal settlements. The city of Johannesburg has shown the poorest record of progress compared to other Gauteng metros in the provision of basic services to targeted poorer communities. This is according to the South African Human Rights Commission report on the state of human rights in the province, with special focus on the upgrading of informal settlements and the provision of critical services, including water and sanitation, and of course electricity as part of the basic human rights. The report focused on the first 2 quarters of the 2020-2021 financial year of the 3 metros, looking at the plans they had put in place and work they had actually done. And that brings us to the end of our news bulletin. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to stay tuned as more of my colleagues bring you entertainment and news across the globe. And just a quick reminder to please send us your suggestions and comments. We love to hear from you on our social pages. Thank you, stay blessed, and of course a very happy birthday to Adelani, one of our colleagues here. Adelani, enjoy your day. I know that you're out and about. Make sure that you make the most out of it. To all our viewers at home, stay blessed. Thank you so much for watching.